It's way up. I'm in the building. Mano's in the building.
Right.
Let's get into some Yeetia. We really talk about these stories. Like this one right here, I love. Now, Ethan Hawke was on Who's Talking to Chris Wallace on Max, and he was asked about a story he heard about Denzel Washington when it came to the movie Training Day, and Ethan Hawke lost the Oscar for that movie. Here's what he said.
And I heard a story that at the ceremony, just after your category is announced and you haven't won, that he whispers, he's sitting next to you, and he whispers into your ear, it's better that you didn't win. Losing was better.
You don't want an award to improve your status. You want to improve the award status. That's the way he thinks.
But I still want it.
Still would have liked to win. But that's dope, because sometimes when people get awards, you be feeling like, man, awards don't mean nothing. But then when somebody has elevated the status of that, you're like, they deserve that.
I understand that.
You know, so I get it. And that's a great thing to say to somebody. You know, we were just talking
After he
about
lost?
Yeah, some of our favorite Denzel movies. I mean, classic movies that he had.
You said your favorite one is He Got Game. You just said that.
Well, no,
you just said that.
I'm going to tell you, the one that I like, you probably won't like.
What?
This one was so sad, though. Fences. Oh, my gosh.
I seen that. I
was
like that. Yeah.
That was a tearjerker for real. Antoine Fisher, we talked about that. Was a great movie also. I mean, he's had so many amazing roles in movies. Malcolm X.
I love Malcolm X.
But Training Day was phenomenal. And Dan said American Gangster
I
was
like
his favorite.
John Q.
Yeah, you like John Q. All right. Well, let's get into Chris Brown. He was on the R&B Money podcast, and he was telling a story about, without naming names, right? They tell a story without revealing who the story is about. And he was talking about somebody, I'll tell you who you think it is afterward, right? Okay, here's what he had to say.
I look up, the is on the DJ booth, right next to the artist that's doing the song. When the song goes off, it takes the mic. The goes on a 45-minute rant. I'm talking about saying all of everything that about nothing. The last thing I hear, such and such ain't stick they finger in my I don't even play that way.
Now, I was trying to figure out,
Wow.
you know, immediately who I thought it was.
I think you felt like it was Kanye.
Yeah. And a lot of people think it was Kanye, because remember Amber Rose said that about him.
She said that?
Yeah. You know,
Oh,
finger.
really?
And yeah, so that's what a lot of people also believe that it's about.
Yeah, it probably was.
All right, now in addition to that, he also talked about his best decision. Well, not best decision, but one decision that he made financially when he was only 17 years old. Here's what he did.
I was 17 when I started trying to invest in certain things, just because I knew, like, you don't know how long you're going to be successful. And I would have, like, you know, the business people around me at the time, you know, my investments were like into Burger Kings and stuff like that, just so I could have a portfolio and constant income.
All right, so he did end up having a constant stream of income because of Burger King, and he negotiated a 50-50 profit split deal with Jive before it got absorbed into RCA Records. And so by 28 years old, he got all his ownership over his master recordings from his album Fame and onward. And so he had told Us Weekly back in 2015 that he owned 14 Burger King restaurants. So that's a big deal. He was trying to buy those Popeyes, too. Remember he was doing Popeyes?
No, I didn't remember that.
You know what? We should get some Popeyes right now.
No,
Hold on, let me do that.
That is not
Listen,
gonna happen.
everybody in the room perked up. I'm going to order some Popeyes. All right, when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. You were just in L.A., so was I, and we'll tell you why L.A. isn't under the radar. It's way up.